We're going to introduce you to a couple of new games in just a moment here on Grey County Life. Welcome back to Grey County Life here on Rogers TV. Thank you for being with us. I'm Dave Carr. John Cherry is on the couch today with paraphernalia all around him. And John is also a new volunteer here at Rogers TV. We talked a few minutes ago about the audition call. You can also volunteer here, and John has come out. John works on Dave Carr Live on Tuesday nights.
Yes, indeed, and I enjoy it tremendously.
I saw John just last night. But now he's in the guest seat and on the show because in an effort to get kids off their butts, away from their computers, and out being more active, John has created a couple of new games. Now, if people were watching the intro, they saw your last name, C-S-E-R-I, pronounced Cherry.
Yes, indeed.
And the game is called Cherry on Ice.
No, that's just a coincidence.
But that's just a coincidence.
It is.
That's a pretty good coincidence. You kind of had Don Cherry in mind.
No, not really.
Not even that?
No.
Not even that?
No.
Where does the cherry come from in Cherry on Ice?
Well, simply I had to pick a name because I couldn't call it Frisbee on Ice.
Okay.
Frisbee is a trademark name.
Yeah.
But then I put the same protection on Cherry as well, Cherry on Ice.
Okay.
Actually.
So what is Cherry? Now we're going to talk about two games actually. What is Cherry on Ice?
Cherry on Ice is played with a Frisbee or a disc, a special disc that I designed for the game. And this is one of them.
Here, we'll just...
That I just completed, just got it out yesterday, actually.
You just did this morning. Now, and this is not, I'm just going to turn it a little bit so you can see what it looks like. This is not a standard Frisbee. This is a lot heavier and a different shape and so on, different stamping. What's this made out of?
It's made of a rubber composite.
Okay.
And that's all that I know about it, really.
Okay.
Made by this company in Malton, I believe. They are.
Abflex.
Yes.
Abflex rubber, made in Canada. Good for you.
Yes,
now,
indeed.
what's the object of the game, John?
The object of the game is to pass it between the players, same kind of manner as you hit the puck to your teammate.
Okay.
Hopefully your teammate.
Yeah. You're on skates?
And you're on skates, yes.
How many?
5 aside.
5 aside. Is there a goalie?
No goalie.
No goalie?
No goalie.
5 attackers aside.
And the goalpost is 1 meter in diameter, looks like this.
Let's take a look at this.
1 meter in diameter, and the bottom...
There's no table to put my coffee down, so... Okay, we're going to put that right there. So the semicircle is like the crease, like in hockey.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and then the goalie. So you'd actually be looking at it like this.
Yes, indeed.
You'd be skating towards that, and that's what the player would see there, and that's what he'd be shooting at.
Shooting at, or throwing the disc.
Is the cherry-shaped net.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the aim of the game, to toss it between, pass it between one another, and then try to score into the net.
Okay.
No goalie, but you cannot score inside the crease area.
You're gonna
and you cannot defend inside the crease area either. So
hockey doesn't enforce that. So if you're going to enforce that, good for you. And that's a much smaller net than a hockey net.
Yes.
Okay. So
it's 1 meter in diameter.
So no stick.
You're
throwing a Frisbee.
Yes.
And you're on skates. You're passing a Frisbee to each other, and somebody's trying to score on net.
Yes.
It's also like what would maybe lacrosse without sticks.
Yes.
Wow.
And this is no contact game. You cannot, because after all you're playing with your hand.
Yeah.
And if it falls onto the ice surface, then you have to pick it up, and it happens very quick. So it's very, very safe.
Wow.
And if the referee would see that it's an unsafe move, he would whistle it down before that would happen.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's, they restart the game again. Okay. So it's got its own rules and regulations.
Now you have another game, Cherry on Water, but we're going to come back and we're going to show you some pictures here, 4 or 5 pictures. See what we have here. Okay. Here we have some young people, looks like in front of the net.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now that's the big, that's the same post as what you've seen here.
That's the regulation net?
Yes, indeed.
For Cherry on Ice. Look at that. Regular size arena. Okay. So here they are. They've got the Frisbee. No sticks, but they're skating. They're active.
Very active. There is only 3 seconds or 3 strides. That's all you're allowed to pass the disc.
You have 3 seconds or 3 strides, and then you must get rid of the disc. You must pass it.
So imagine how fast this game
That's great.
goes.
That's great. Now, Cherry on Water.
In
water.
Cherry in water. We tried it in Hungary first time last year, May, and it was quite a success. 15 kids tried it the very first week, and 20 kids a week after.
Nice.
Yes, and they just enjoyed it tremendously.
Now, is that what this is down in front of us? Would this be the one for the water?
Yes, that's for the water, and it floats beautifully.
Okay, it's on styrofoam, so it floats.
Yes.
And the object is to put the Frisbee, same Frisbee or a different Frisbee?
Same Frisbee, yes.
Same Frisbee. The object is to put it through that hole.
Yes.
Is that, how many players on a team in the...
This one actually came to my mind, or, in Tobermory, about a year or two, it's about 3 years ago.
Cool.
I was camping up there, and a Canadian guy saw me playing with this disc.
Yeah.
And I was muttering to myself that it sinks. So he says, what's wrong with that if it sinks? Well, I said, I tried to put it on water, this game of mine. Well, he says it's even better because they can dive underwater. So it's totally different.
So it's okay if it sinks?
Yes.
You got to go down and get it.
Well, it doesn't really go that deep down in water because, like I say, the 3 second rule is
3 second rule in water as well. You've got to pass it.
Yes.
So it's really a passing game. It's not a possession, really a passing game.
Indeed.
You better get it to your teammates.
And a lot of scores, so it makes it very interesting.
High scoring games, both of them, I would think, without goalies. You have defenders,
in the
but
ice
not goalies. Go ahead, quickly.
In the ice game, we had 24/7 was the very first game, the score. And would you believe the people, the players that knew how to play Frisbee, they were the losers.
They were the losers.
24-7.
The last thing I want to talk about, we have less than a minute, is this big silver thing right here. That's the Stanley Cup of Cherry on Ice.
Exactly.
That is, let me hold that, see, there we got it. There we go. That is the trophy.
Yes.
That is cool. That is nice. I'm going to have to probably bring you back and talk to you about actually marketing these games, but this has been about creating a couple of great new games, Cherry on Ice and Cherry on Water. John Cherry, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
And
thank you, Rogers TV.
We'll be back. You're watching Grey County Life. What fun on Rogers TV.